Today I'd like to talk to you about a number of pieces from Sena. Starting off will be the 30K. Brand new this year. One of the neatest things that Sena has done with the 30K is they've come out with a mesh technology. Technology that will go up to 16 riders in a private group. You can have your private group and you can also have your public group. We all know the hassle with all the other brands and all the other models out there when you have a rider that will leave the group and then all of a sudden you'll lose connection if it's within a certain range. Now, one of the most beautiful things that Sena has done with the 30K with their mesh technology is it is a self-healing technology where one rider isn't just connected to another rider, it's connected to the entire group. Like I was saying, up to 16 riders. Now, that is above and beyond anything else that I have here. 30K doesn't just have the mesh technology. It also has the 10S built into it. Now, so if you've got somebody else that you're riding with that has an older technology, whether it's the 20S, 20S Evo, 10S, or even the SH5 or 10, they can still connect without a problem to the 30K. But the neatest thing is the mesh technology. Now, the 30K will go up to the standard of the 20S and 20S Evo of 1.2 miles in open terrain. Now, if you're in the twisties, or if you're in the woods, cut that number in half, and that's probably going to be your more realistic number. So the 30K comes in your singles and also your doubles. Next, let's talk to you about the 20S Evo. Now, the 20S Evo is updated from this year from just the 20S. This year they changed a few different things. They added the shark fin up on top. So I know a number of us that have just the standard 20S, we were complaining about the range issue. Well, that was because we weren't flipping up the antenna that was in the back. That was going to help boost the range. So what Sena did is they got away from that flip up antenna and just came up with the shark fin. Now with the 30S Evo, what they also did is they bumped up the processor. Now with the 20S, it still carries from last year as you can ride and sync up with 8 different individuals. The 20S Evo comes again always as the single and the double. 1.2 mile range. Next, we've got the 10S. The 10S is going to have that range as well of the just a little bit short of the 20 and the 30K. It's only going to go up to a mile. And instead of having 8 people, the 10S is going to have 4 people. Now, anything that you see that has in the Sena brand that has the 10 in it, it's going to be based off of the 10S. So we have 4 riders. We've still got the newer 4.1 Bluetooth communication. The 30, the 20, and the 10 all have 10 preset FM stations. And you can control these from either the device itself or also the app that Sena has developed. Next, I'm going to talk to you about a new product that they just came out with, and that's going to be the U-Pad. Now, the U-Pad, they're only released one so far. There's a few more coming. This one is going to be for the IS-17. Now, what's great about this is if you've ever installed a headset in a helmet before, you know sometimes it can be kind of a pain. So what Sena has done with the U-Pad is it is the cheek pads. As you can see in the back, you remove the cheek pads out of your IS-17, put in the U-Pad pads, also your cheek pads, and there you go. It's installed. Simple as that. I have been told that there are more coming, so stay tuned and we'll let you know as soon as we see those. Again, it's a 10, so that means it's following up with the 10S technology. It's going to have the 10 presets and it's going to go just under a mile. The 10C. Now, the 10C, based off the 10S, is going to have a camera built in. Now, this camera is going to be a 3.5 megapixel camera. It's going to be able to film in 1080p and 720p in either 60 or 30 frames per second. Now, this one also has a 4.1. It goes 1 mile in communication, and it also has 10 FM preset stations that you can set up. Next, we're going to go down to the 3S. Now, some of you have come in and asked for just a very simple Bluetooth communication. All you want to do is just listen to your music, maybe answer a phone call, or talk to your passenger. The 3S is a very, very simple system. It goes into the helmet. You've got a wired mic. This one's a wired mic, and then also you have a boomed style 3S as well, and that's going to be for either the more of a 3/4, and then this year they just came out with a modular version as well. So very, very simple. You're going to have 2 different buttons on the outside, and that's going to be that. It's going to have a range of 200 yards, so not very much, but if you're trying to communicate with your passenger, not a problem. With that, I want to go to the 10U. Now, there's a few different models of the 10U. One of the greatest things about the 10U is it's all mounted inside the helmet. You have nothing that's going to stick on the outside. You can look at the helmet, you would never think that you have a communication belt in there. So one of the nice things that they've done is they've added the remote to go with the 10U. And that's going to go right on your handlebars, and you can control everything from that remote instead of having to go to the helmet. So it's very seamless. The mic works excellent. This one that we have here is going to be for the Neotech. They have the Neotech version, they've got the GTR version, they've got a couple of Rye versions. If you have any questions, give us a call. I want to talk about the SMH10 for the bells. Now, any of you riders that ride with either a Qualifier Deluxe or a Mag 9, you will see that you have a little compartment on the side that you can open up and put a Bluetooth in. That's what this device is going to be. It's going to have the proper mount that goes into the helmet, and then your speakers and your mic to follow with it. This one does come with the dual or the single. We do have both. Now, this is based off of their older technology, not their newer 10. Now, this one is only going to go about 900 yards. It does not have any preset stations, and it's just going to be your basic communications, but it does work great in your bell helmets. Now, last but not least, if you have a Goldwing, I haven't forgot about you. So, a couple years ago, they brought out the SM10. Now, the SM10, you buy it individually, and then you buy your dongle to go into your machine, whether it's a Goldwing or whether it's a Harley or a BMW. You buy this, and then you can stream your music from your machine to 2 different helmets. You can't go in, but you can stream out. So if you're a rider passenger or a rider that has a Bluetooth, a Sena device on your helmet, you're talking to your other buddies, not using the CV, but you want to listen to your music off your machine or off your nav in your machine, great device. To the FreeWire. Now, the FreeWire is going to be a 2-way in and out. For this one is going to be for the Goldwing. Now, with this one, if you have a rider and a passenger, and the passenger wants the ability to talk through the CB, you would have to get 2 devices. One for the driver and one for the passenger. If the driver just wants to be able to talk on their CB and the passenger does not, you only need one. Great device, and again, this will hook up to any of the Sena communications. Thanks as always. Now don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We're always bringing out new material. We'll see you soon. This is Scott from Fox Motorsports, and you're watching iRide TV.